maybe your phone, everything is getting connected. Even cars are getting smart and stuff like that. So everything is going connected. So
While you look at the positives, you cannot neglect the negatives, the cons of the internet. And again, it's down to what people can use a tool for. In Nigeria now, Nigerians, um, I'm afraid to say, all over the world are quite known for being fraudsters. And some places that you would go to, and once you tell them that you're Nigerian, they look at you first and they think, oh, this guy must be a fraudster. But then that's the nature of people, or what people have used the internet for. I mean, Nigerians and everyone all over the world. But then what Nigerians have used the internet for. Um, I can't really say why people or how it has come to be like this, but then it's just the avenue that it has given us, and people have just latched onto it and used it for evil reasons, because they know that they now have the knowledge that I can use this to impersonate someone, I can use this to steal someone's identity, I can use this to sell this to people and like con them and think and let them think that they are dealing with reputable bank or whatever, and people have just latched onto that to do that. But then, as lots and lots of people have been using the avenue, also there's a security part of it that people are trying to stop or restrict or mitigate the effects of fraudsters and the negativity of the internet.
security. When you are there, you are open. Yeah, well, that's when you have to talk about security management, database, and so security is less. There are a lot of like the issue in the United CI and also getting price of countries and stuff. What has made it easy for you to have mission security, and then fraud easier online when you have if you have a bank that have services move online, people can exploit their downside, their things that they are not doing well. So people can use that even work on their customers. But if it was just a brick and mortar system, it's going to be hard. You have to use one to enter the bank before you can break in. But the world, WW made it easy for fraud and stuff to work. You can move funds around.
To stop fraud over the internet, we need some will. We need to have the will to do it. As it's like I said, the tool is out there. People will use it for evil, and people use it for good reasons. So it depends. It's almost like who is quicker or who is smarter. Is the government who portrays to be on the good side quicker and smarter than those that are using it for the evil reasons. And once it depends on, it all comes down to who can edge each other. It's almost like a cat and mouse game. So you have viruses now these days, viruses, and we have antiviruses. And the antivirus companies, we always like update their database, update their system to catch this virus. And as they're doing that, there are more viruses coming out each day. So it depends on whoever is quicker, whoever is smarter, whoever can beat the other person at his own game. So it will come down to a house, for instance. Years and years ago, people never used to have fence around their houses. They just have the doors, and then people started to break into the house, and then they came up with fence to restrict people from coming in. And then some people were going over the fence, jumping over the fence to come into the house, and then they started putting barbed wires, and the thieves got smarter, and they were putting mattresses on top of the barbed wire so that they can get in, and then people started using electric security wire. So it depends on how willing you are to stop this crime. If you know you want to stop this crime, it can be stopped or it can be restricted. But then, how willing are you? Are the evildoers more willing? Do they have more will than you? Then, if they do, then you find out that the negatives of this fraud will be overweighing the positives that it brings.
That was interesting as well as revealing. But it's time for a break. Olukayode Adebi will join us right after this. You still do have time. To participate in the discussion, just tweet your comments to @Victor_MBIDI and @ChannelsBeam.
Investigating, exposing, uncovering, reporting, hard-hitting interviews. Sunrise Daily, only on Channels Television.
Welcome back. You're still watching Channels Beam, and the World Wide Web is 25. Talked about it, we've been celebrating it, and we've been appreciating the man who made things happen. But then, the impact is what we're actually looking at today. I'm now joined by Olukayode. Olukayode is a web application developer. Kayode, thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you.
25 years down the lane. I mean, what can you tell us?
It's been interesting, 25 years of the World Wide Web, even though basically the web was embraced much more between 2005 till date, but a lot has been happening.
You mean in Nigeria?
Generally over the world, at least the number of users doubled between that time. But in Nigeria, yes, I can say that was when we actually came into the limelight of using the internet and browsing the web.
Okay. So, I mean, just going forward now, what has it been like in terms of development of applications and in terms of fraudsters? Of course, you know, it has its pros and its cons. I mean, in the context of the Nigerian society, you know, how has it been and how have we been able to curb all this, especially the disadvantages?
Yeah, talking about how it's been like, we're still a work in progress, but in terms of the speed, Nigeria is actually catching up because there are a lot of brilliant softwares that are coming out, web applications that are coming out from Nigeria. And that one has actually put the fraudsters to their toes. They too, because as the legitimate developers are bringing out good softwares, those two, they are coming up with their own enhanced way of committing this fraud. So in both cases, even though anything that is good can be bad, it just depends on how we'll look at it. But basically, it's been
On the good side?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, but if you look at it again on the bad side, you know, we have the issue of pornography.
Yeah.
You know, we have the issue of the 419, which I just earlier mentioned as fraud. But then, I mean, 419, yes, we know they've been tackling it gently. But how do we control, especially our children who now have mobile phones, smartphones, you know, what applications, I mean, have been developed in terms, I mean, of your own expertise, of course, to make sure that all these things don't go out of hand and are not being used in a very bad manner, of course, by young children?
Yeah, even though I always say something that we can never be too careful, but there are still some measures we can put in place. Like in case of children, we can always put in parental controls. That one will actually limit what they actually get to do online. And even on their phones, there are some smartphones, I'm very sure of the BlackBerry, it has parental control software that you can use to restrict what your children go to do online. And when we look at antivirus softwares too, they have these features that you can use to filter out the websites you don't approve. There's this option in the Internet Explorer that you can assign websites to trusted zones. That means those are the sites that once the browser is open that can be allowed. So with all these controls and a lot of supervision too, because all these things, as I said earlier, once the good guy gets good, the bad guy too gets good. Because for everything that is put in place, there's actually a way to circumvent it. So there should be the physical monitoring too in case of kids.
Okay, so I mean, of course, you can't talk about the bad without the good.
Yeah.
What has been the good side of World Wide Web, I mean, since inception?
Yeah, there have been a lot of good sides, especially in Nigeria. Everybody's talking about online shopping. We have the Konga, the Jumia. Everybody's lazy to go to the market now just because at the click of a button, they can have their things delivered to them. We have a lot of things we can actually get at our fingertips just by searching on Google or doing a lot of things. So it has a lot of advantages depending on how we use it. It can actually save us a lot of time and effort.
Wow. I mean, so talking about that in 25 years, I mean, it can save us all this that you've mentioned, the, not going to the markets,